ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the World Business Angel Investors Forum. We have had the grand assembly in the morning, and what a morning it was. Princesses, CEOs, entrepreneurs, investors, and now we have spread out across the Swiss Hotel into our focused areas, and we are going to kick off here. We're going to be talking about the Global Leaders Action Plans for 2020. This is about the people that are shaping the future, that are thinking about the policies that are going to make things work. I am going to set the stage for our first roundtable, which is about angel investment as an asset class and using innovative financial instruments to empower early stage equity markets in an era of digital transformation. Let me set the stage. Going back a few years, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Goals along with their SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, which I think a lot of people here are probably familiar with. 193 members of the United Nations signed off on that, and UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon noted that the new agenda is a promise by leaders to all people everywhere. It is an agenda for people to end poverty in all its forms, an agenda for the planet, our common house. Now, in 2010, even earlier at the G20 summit in Seoul, the G20 leaders realized that financial inclusion was an important part of this and created a financial inclusion action plan. That became incorporated into the leaders' declaration and highlighted as an important part of something called the Seoul Development Consensus. From that came the Global Partnership for Financial Inclusion so that they could institutionalize these intentions and make them real. And that was the beginning of that was the Financial Inclusion Experts Group, launched in December of 2010 and fully endorsed at the Seoul G20 Summit. Now, the World Business Angel Investment Forum is an affiliated partner of the GPFI, the Global Partnership for Financial Inclusion. And so they are hosting this roundtable as a global convergence of global leaders of the early and post-early stage equity and capital markets. Here, we are going to be discussing the G20's agenda to increase financial inclusion worldwide, and we'll be sharing some of the ideas of the action plans and how those are going to be implemented in response to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and the GPFI platform. See, we tied it all back together there. Today, we have prominent global leaders who will be discussing the world's investment value chain at every stage. They will explain how they plan to engage and facilitate collaboration between the different ecosystems that they lead to connect them all up. They will explore ways to develop international public dialogue between public and private institutions to empower early and post-stage early company equity markets, but also thinking about the context in which they operate, which is a world that is being rocked by digital transformation.